Kendrick Lamar, Drake, two titans of the sport of hip hop, have been entering the ring for the last couple of weeks, and they've been hashing it out with diss tracks back and forth between each other. And this situation is getting vicious, it's getting personal, and it's most definitely getting violent. Welcome back to the Nerd Out, my beautiful people. Here we are again, making yet another video about this historic, legendary beef between the two titans of hip hop that are Kendrick Lamar and Drake. So, if y'all seen the last video, I covered basically the entire beef, starting from Like That all the way to Meet the Grams. But what we didn't know is that Drake responded literally last night. He dropped The Heart Part 6. And we have to analyze this diss track. We have to get into it and what the situation is really looking like. And towards the end of the video, we're finally gonna decide who the real winner is out of this whole entire situation. And yeah, let's get into it. So of course, Drake releases The Heart Part 6, which for those of you that don't know, The Heart Part 6 is a reference to the series of songs that Kendrick Lamar has. The Heart series, he obviously has The Heart Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. The Heart Part 5 came out about 2 years ago, right before his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out. And the Heart series is a phenomenal series of songs. But of course, Drake, he takes that and uses it as a reference point to diss Kendrick Lamar. He's like, hey, this is The Heart Part 6. Kind of in the same way that Kendrick did 616 in LA as a timestamp. He's obviously referencing the songs that Drake uses where he's being very lyrical. He has these soulful samples and really gets lyrical with these long verses talking about his life and his personal perspective on many things in the industry. Of course, Drake has the timestamp series and Kendrick has the Heart series. So it's kind of funny seeing them go into each other's worlds and dissing each other in that way. Well, I got very excited when Drake finally released The Heart Part 6, kind of as a response to Not Like Us, the one diss track that Kendrick released right after Meet the Grams, which by the way is absolutely fire. I made the video and that song drops like 5 minutes later. Not Like Us is a serious banger, and that minor line is vicious. It's The Heart Part 6 serves as a follow-up, and I'm gonna be honest, sonically it is pretty decent, nothing crazy. I actually do enjoy it quite a bit, but lyrically it's not the most lyrically dense out of all of the diss tracks that we have had. It's not the most hype, it's not the best when it comes to production nor lyrics. It's mainly Drake playing defense in the court. He's not necessarily taking shots at Kendrick, but instead he's defending his title. He's basically saying all of those things, all of those allegations that Kendrick has brought upon me, they're not true, they're not real. You fell for the bait that we gave you, and here we are battling it out in what's like round 3 of this whole situation. If I were to compare every single Drake diss track compared to Kendrick's diss tracks, lyrically, I'm gonna have to give it to Kendrick. Kendrick is in the lead almost every single time, if not every single time. While it may not be by a wide margin, Kendrick is in the lead. He is clearly winning this. But in terms of sonically and what I prefer to listen to, Drake really is on heavy repeat when it comes to the Family Matters and Push-Ups. I really have been enjoying those tracks, and I've talked to a bunch of people from school and they really seem to be enjoying those tracks as well. But what surprised me the most is a lot of people were bumping Meet the Grams. I'm like, this song is crazy. This song is a little bit too personal, a little bit too violent and dark for me. I like this song. It's one hell of a diss track. It's the kill shot out of all of the diss tracks that came out. But in terms of replay value, it is not my favorite. The Heart Part 6 is now added onto the series of diss tracks, and it's pretty solid, but I'm gonna be honest, I'll probably rank it in the bottom. But overall, we have to truly decide who is the real winner of this situation. Is it Drake? Is it Kendrick? This is my true personal opinion. Now, those of you that know, I'm a huge Drake fan, and I also love Kendrick, but I do have a Drake bias. Yes, I am gonna be very honest about that. However, I do have to admit, Kendrick, as of right now, is winning. Kendrick has already won in terms of the damage that he did with Meet the Grams. That one single diss track was all that he needed. Meet the Grams was essentially the kill shot of the situation. It was the ether of this situation. It was basically the hit him up of this modern day rap beef. Meet the Grams basically put the nail in the coffin. that is the one diss track that you need to hear just to know who really won out of this situation. But let's be honest, a lot of people are saying, oh, Drake's career is over, Drake's career is over. And no, obviously it's not. Everybody is benefiting off of this. So this might be a little bit of a cop-out answer, but everybody wins. Hip-hop wins. The fans win. We win. I win. We got some amazing music out of this. We got some spectacular entertainment out of this. And that's what I love the most out of this. Look, everybody wins in the end. J. Cole, he gets to sip on his wine. He gets to be in the beach with his family, do a little bit of yoga, be peaceful about things. And he can continue to make the fall off knowing that he wasn't involved in this beef. So another winner out of this is J. Cole himself. The big three is still the big three. You can't replace them whatsoever. Drake is still one of my favorite artists of all time. Kendrick is still one of my favorite artists of all time as well. And look, the fact that we got Kendrick to drop consistently and the fact that we got Drake to rap viciously again is a W in it of itself. So I don't want to see any hate. I don't want to see any slander for any of the rappers. Let's just appreciate the historic hip-hop moment that we're living in and really see it for what it is, because everybody wins. The fans win. Anyways, comment down below what you guys think of this whole situation and who do you guys think the real winner is. Yes, I do have Kendrick in the lead, but everybody wins. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.